Marcus here with Agency One again. Today we're going to do something pretty cool. We're going to take the data that we have on a Google Sheet and we're going to build a little UI with it just using something simple like app scripts. Let's dive in. All right, so here's the data that we have on the Google Sheet. We have 4 columns here: name, email, date, and status. We're going to go ahead and jump into app scripts. Again, you jump into extensions here. You go to app script. That's going to go ahead and load up our test UI code. Now, I did pre-name this before, so that's why it's named test UI code. It'll be named unknown when you first open that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a script. This script I'm going to name as my do-get file. It's going to end up being a doget.gs file. And I already have all of my code written for this, so I'm going to go ahead and save my doget function in here. And what that's going to do is it's going to look for an HTML file called index. It's going to get all the data from my sheet named data, and it's going to pull these different rows, and it's going to send that data up to my sheet, or up to the UI as well, which is the HTML that we're going to get. Awesome. We're going to create another file, and we're going to name this HTML file index. Now this is very important. Index. Again, very important right here that we want to match this with this. Okay, this is our do-get file that we have the function going on right here. And the index file that or the HTML file that we're creating, the name needs to match with index. And index, if you were to name it something else, just make sure it matches. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and save that in here. Okay, so again, we have the data here, right? And we're trying to kind of see this onto a little UI. So we have a super basic UI here. We're going to go ahead and test this deployment. And we'll open this up. Okay, as you can see, very, very basic UI. It just shows the sheet basically on, a blank white surface. We don't have any styling other than that table styling in there. But that's a good example of, how you can pull it onto a web page. Now let's go a little more in detail and let's go ahead and add in some CSS. What CSS is basically the styling. Okay, we're going to paste this next HTML file into here. And what this is going to do, as you can see, it's going to be a lot longer. It's 149, so it's about, I want to say, what we have, 40, yeah, so almost 100 more lines of code there. So that's going to give us a lot of styling. Also, it's going to give us some more functions within our page as well, as far as like rendering the table and making sure that everything renders correctly. All right, let's go ahead and test deploy this one as well. We'll see the difference. Okay, as you can see, quite a bit of difference there, right? Between this one here and this one here. So that's just some styling within that code. Again, these are just app scripts, so there's limited functionality with this. If functionality is a word, someone check that for me. But limited ability to do things with app scripts compared to like normal applications that you would build. But if you have information on a Google Sheet, this is a really good opportunity for you to use. Instead of having just a base Google Sheet, it makes it look a lot more professional. One more step that we're going to go ahead and take is, now that we have the data here, one thing that I want to be able to do, also we do have this, squirrel brain here. We have this cool bar here that we can search people. We'll search for Bob. Actually, I wonder if, nope, just searches by name or email. As it says. Be nice if I just... Anyway, moving forward with this, we're going to go ahead and jump into one further step. I want the ability to edit this. So I'm going to go grab another HTML file. Also on top of that, we do need to grab another do-get file, and I'll explain why here in just a second. Okay, sweet. So we just updated the do-get file, and we also updated the index.html file. Our do-get.js file, what we wanted to update in here is we wanted to make sure that we could send the values back to the Google Sheet after we update them on the UI that we're about to fire up here. What we added into this index.html is we added a little more CSS for the ability to update, as well as we added some functions to be able to send the updates. Let's go ahead and test it. Okay, so it looks kind of similar as the last one. As you can see, we do have an extra column here, which is the edit column. If we're going to go ahead and edit Evan Turner here, pops up here. We're going to edit him to inactive. Okay, data saved successfully. And if you just give it a second, it went ahead and went inactive on the UI. Let's go check the sheet. Okay, cool. So it did go inactive on the sheet as well. As you can see, that is one way that you can edit information on a Google sheet, but also it doesn't look like a Google sheet. It looks like a nice UI here that we have. You're able to search through clients a lot easier, or anything that you might use this for. If you use Google Sheets at all for your for any client information, or basically any information at all, reach out to us at Agency One. We can definitely hook you up with a nice UI to make it super user friendly. If you're looking for more custom applications, we also build web and mobile applications custom tailored to anything that you need, any business system that you need as well. All right, well, that pretty much wraps it up. Hopefully you found some value in that. If you did, leave a like, a subscribe. Let me know in the comments of stuff that you might have seen in there that you did like, or that maybe you want some more information on. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you again.